Well, hello, Kidmin Nation. Martijn van Tilborgh here, Chief Innovation Officer of the Nation, and welcome to the State of the Nation. As I was preparing for this message, I had something drop in my spirit about ministerial diversity. And this is a topic that we really don't very often talk about, but it's extremely important. God, who created us unique as ministers, has given us a gift that's so unique that it doesn't have a point of reference anywhere else. Because that's the very definition of being unique, right? There's only one of a kind. Now, when you go back to the book of Genesis, all the way to the beginning, when nothing went wrong, there were certain things that God said, that He declared over mankind, that kind of set the tone for where He wanted to take mankind and His creation. And one of these things relates to what I believe is ministerial diversity and uniqueness that I believe we all need to pursue. He said this. He said, every man will grow up and leave his father and his mother so that he will have his own family. And he talks about leaving the environment that one grows up in. Now, so many times we build our churches, we build our ministry in a contained environment where we require and demand commitment from those who have joined our organization or ministry. And instead of creating diversity, we create, through the structure we impose on people, uniformity, which is really opposite of what God declared in the Garden of Eden. When He said, every man will grow up and leave, He said that every man will come to a place of maturity where he has to make a conscious decision to become who he is supposed to be in his unique identity. And that, my friends, is the value proposition of the gift of God in you that creation is waiting to receive from. If we don't leave the establishment we grow up with, which definitely plays a role for certain phases of your life, we will become like everybody else. And there's no value proposition in being like everybody else. If we really want to take the promise that God has for us as ministers, we have to become righteous independent. That seems to be a word that we don't like in ministerial circles because we don't like people going rogue. We say, if you're all in, we really talking about being committed to all the same things everybody else is committed to. The more in we are, the more uniform we get with everybody else within the ministry. I want to encourage you today. If God has put something in your heart that doesn't have a point of reference in the ministerial environment that you're part of, for you to pursue that and leave that environment that raised you. I just want to encourage you today to pursue the desire that God has placed in your heart, even if that means doing things different than everybody else, because it's that uniqueness that carries the very value proposition to creation, because God has given you a gift for others to receive from that can only be expressed through the diversity and the uniqueness that you bring to the table as it comes to God's kingdom. Hope you enjoyed this message.